Now then, so today we've gone back to a list that I've already done a video on this month actually. It's one of the 6 faction 6 decks lists. It's Tactical Decision Soldiers. And I made a couple of changes, but the core is pretty much the same. So we kind of have the core of like Snowdrop and Sunset Wanderers with the Tactical Decision leader that can thin out Afan, thin out Mage Assassins, boost up Snowdrop really tall, delay Sunset Wanderers so it's even taller, which is just a very nice package. We haven't gone for Imperial Formation despite this being a soldier list because Imperial Formation is kind of garbage. And we're doing the same kind of stuff with generally solid bronzes and Ramon and Mushy Truffle to spam out our bonded units. The difference is now we're running Illusionists instead of Pikemen. Before it was a Pikeman spam, just that 1 point a turn. But Illusionists, I was initially skeptical on, but I sat down, had a bit of a think about like matchups, likely pulls off Illusionist, all that kind of thing, and gave it a try, and it's pretty solid. I was sort of aware of how many points they were getting and stuff, and it's more or less the same amount of points, sometimes a bit more, for 2 provisions less. So what we've done with those 2 provisions is we've chucked in a Durdrick, because I was finding that sometimes drawing was a little bit difficult, and Durdrick is just an 8 for 8 at worst, and if you have Snowdrop on the board, it basically turns him into a 2 point a turn engine, and it adds loads of consistency, and it's just very good, to be honest, very, very good. It also gets Zeal when you've got a Mage Assassin out, which kind of pairs up nicely, because you're running 2 Blight Makers, and your leader's trying to pull out Mage Assassins, so the likelihood that he's going to have Zeal is pretty high. And then the other kind of stuff we got going on is like Toll removal in the form of Yenva and Karathi, and then the very, very nice interaction of running double Nilfgaardian Knight, double Tortoise, because the maths is very weird when it comes to Tortoise and Ivar, but your opponent using 2 damage to take off the armor of Tortoise, if you use Ivar in the same round to steal those points back, is 7 points better than if they use the 2 points of damage just 4 points. If you can figure out that maths, we're on the same wavelength. If not, don't worry about it. It's just a very good interaction, and it also means Nilfgaardian Knights play for 10, and it's just very solid. Obviously, Joachim and Ivar in the same deck is a little bit suspicious, but I can allow it because we're playing Tactical Decision. If Ivar's in hand, we really don't care. If it isn't, then Tactical Decision allows us to kind of set up the right card on top of our deck so we can guarantee we're not getting Ivar, because that is the worst possible outcome. Joachim pulling Ivar. You just need to do everything not for that to happen. And that's kind of it. It's just a very solid kind of mid-range deck with a couple of big point plays, some removal, all that kind of fun stuff. So, before I go into the games, you have memberships available now, and I've chucked up the VODs from the Dual Dogs qualifiers. So if you were interested in how that went on and you were able to catch the games, they're all up on there. And if you're not interested in that sort of monetary kind of thing, things like liking and subscribing and commenting, all that kind of stuff really helps me out. So yeah, I'll leave it there and we'll go into the games. Movement. Alright. See how this gets on then. I'm expecting an Erden. That sounds for Snowdrop, doesn't it? I don't like Illusionists in opening hand. And hand's a little heavy. I mean, we probably throw back one of the Tor removals, I think. Maybe it's just Durdrick. I think it's one of the Tor removals. And of course we get an Illusionist. But as I was saying with the Illusionist, pretty solid, because what we'll probably do is use Illusionist to get... I mean, I'm assuming they're probably going to have Sentinels, so we can put front row Sentinels, so whenever our units move, they just get damaged instead. We'll hold on to Ramon as well. Could have like gone Ramon into Crossbowman, but I don't think we're going to be fighting too hard for this round. We'll go double Crossbowman, Blightmaker, and see how we're looking. Can play Durdrick if we really need to like cycle through and find something. This is looking good. I think as well, like, so like, right, I've not been playing Gwent like much all this month, simply because there's no real like need to at the moment. Just with the fact that like it's kind of an off season. You know, there's not too much benefit to me really playing that much. So I've kind of been thinking on like what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm still doing videos because I kind of enjoy doing videos, is what it is. But I don't know, I've been playing some Yu-Gi-Oh as well, so you might be seeing some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff soon. That game is obviously, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, right? If you've not either not played Yu-Gi-Oh or not played it in a long time, like I hadn't, everything's changed, everything's new. I don't know what's going on. It's pretty fun. And it's very, very different to Gwent because obviously these games go on anywhere between like 10 to 15 minutes. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh, the games are just kind of over in like 2 seconds. You can basically roll and be... we're passing here, by the way. You can like roll a game and roll to be playing second, and you just lose because you're second. If someone's playing like a Exodia deck and they get first, they just win on round 1, on turn 1. So some of the games are literally over in a couple of minutes, but it's very fun. It's a nice change of pace for sure. So I've been playing some of that, and it's very fun. We've also drawn really well, but Joachim and Ivar, very scary, very, very scary. And I've gone full like anime weave with it, where I'm just literally just playing what's it called? Just playing a blue-eyed deck, and like it's from the anime, and I've gone full nostalgia trip with it, to be fair, because that's like the card game that got me started on card games back when I was like very, very young. Then I played it like up into my teens, and yeah, I've been watching the anime all over again. So that's been a wild ride. Definitely been a wild ride. Yeah, very, very likely we're gonna see some Yu-Gi-Oh coming up. Also, holy shit, I put back Karathi and it's ended up on the bottom. But instead we'll put Squirrel on the bottom. And the beauty of Maxi, Joachim would have seen Squirrel, I think. I've literally already forgotten what was on top. Are we fighting this round? Is this worth carryover? Is this enough points? No, it's not enough points. Yeah, let's get Sentry. And I mean, I want to play more Runeterra as well. Like, to be fair, at the moment, like, because Gwent's kind of an off season, there's 0 point for me to play competitively. I do want to try some other things. I want to try some other card games, because I played a bit of Runeterra, but not enough to say that many good. And I've also given in, and I've played a few games of Storybook Brawl. Don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, but here we are. But I mean, apart from that, I've not really been playing too much like hard gamey kind of stuff recently. I've actually been playing a lot of this is exactly what I was saying, like, is actually okay. Interesting Order. Good that that survived. Really good that that survived. I've been playing a lot of like different stuff recently. Like, I've been over the last week or so, I finally, like, for so long I've been like, oh, I might get it, I might not, I don't know, about Fire Emblem Three Houses. And so I was like, okay, I'll finally get it. And I've literally binged that game so much. I played like 30 hours in the past week. Game's so good. Like, because I've played like Fire Emblem since I was a ween. Remember like played like the first one and stuff, and are they just forgetting that we've done this? And yeah, that game is so good. Like everything I could have asked for. So I've been playing a lot of that. But I mean, I've been meaning, right? I've got like a capture card, but I don't have the right. This is perfect. We're getting our card ahead before Sunset Wanderers come down, and we kept Snowdrop. Like, this is perfect. I've got like a Switch, but also have. I mean, I literally have it sat here. We've got like a capture card thing for it, but I think I need an adapter for it. So that's something to sort out at some point, and then I can probably get some Switch stuff going on. Maybe I don't want the illusion. I don't know, because we want to find like either of these two. Oh, Joachim looks really sad. Not perfect. Not perfect. But we can work with it. We can definitely work with it. Because, I mean, on Switch, I play like a fair few things, to be honest. So is this like a dwarf movement? Oh no. Just, the usual stuff, isn't it? Right, so we'll shuffle back you two. Then yeah, guess Ivar's nowhere to be found then. So we'll put back you on top. You beneath. Put you on top, then you. Actually, that's best order. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, I play a few things on Switch. Like, been playing a bit of Fire Emblem, and then obviously play a lovely little bit of Pokemon. But it's kind of hit and miss, isn't it? Definitely a hit and miss kind of game. And then what else have I been playing recently? Still got like Luigi's Mansion to finish. That's been sat there for ages. Sat there for absolutely ages. And obviously like my other love beyond card games is Monster Hunter. I've just played so much Monster Hunter in my time. I've got Rise on there. I mean, I've played so much Iceborne, it's ridiculous. And finally got Rhonda playing Iceborne as well, which is a beautiful thing. You don't have Iceborne? Well, I mean, she's got the base game. Oh, just call it Iceborne. I just realised they've got... I mean, they almost certainly have Erden, and this has happened. Good. Definitely not good. Okay. I mean, we run like 0 specials, so there's like literally no point with Simless. Maybe should have boosted that. I don't know. Don't think it matters too much. Not finding Ivar hurts a little bit, to be honest. But we can be flexible with Joachim. We can either go Joachim into Blightmaker for like Mage Assassin, or we can just get Gezrus. I prefer the idea of just getting Gezrus. Don't know about you, but that sounds kind of better. Oh, why playing around it? Like, I'm 99% sure this is urgent. So we'll play around it. We'll reset this. We move back, we at least get some boost. It's not. Okay, alright, a bit more respect then. But it works out. It works out. I do enjoy this deck, to be honest. Do really enjoy this deck. That was going to happen, wasn't it? Come across double cross. I think we're okay with this. Typical thing with double cross, we'll just try and be a little bit careful with how our like final 3 cards are looking. Yeah, we can work with this. Got some soldiers. I mean, honestly, the things for the chopping block are probably the crossbowmen. Because, I mean, they're solid enough. They play for like 6, and all you have to do is like play 2 soldiers for them to play for 8. But, you know, sometimes they feel a little clunky when you draw them later on. Because at this round, they'll be fine. Like, this one will play for 8. Play this, play Tortoise, play Nilfgaardian Knight. If they put 2 damage into the armor, then you can take those points that have gone into the armor as value, basically. Oh, that's good. We probably Ivar this round, so unfortunately we actually put damage into it, but it's what it is. It's what it is. If we can save Ivar, that would be very, very nice, because they probably have a Joachim. Oh, legal. I mean, still, our crossbowman's played for 8 there. Actually, I'm like convincing myself I'm more proving myself wrong. I'm like, actually, they're actually pretty good. Since yeah, this is what I was talking about with the maths thing, right? So, right, I'll explain the maths that I was on about. So they just use 2 damage here. So that's already played for like 9 in effect. They get the 3 points, but that's like temporary, because we're going to get those 3 points. So that damage could have, this like ping onto the Tortoise could have played for 2 points for them. But instead, it played for 2 less points with the ping, and it gives us 3 more points on our Ivar. So it played for 5 points, so instead of them getting 2, we get 5. So the maths is weird, but it does work out as basically like a 7-point difference, which is just absolutely beautiful. Very annoying if they pass here, though. Very, very annoying. Because it's a little clumsy for us to sort out. Now I wish I kept the squirrel.
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
This works out for us, though. Because now they're in the graveyard for illusionists, so I mean, really all fine with us, to be honest. The Durdrick. And let's put back an illusionist. I sometimes forget that Durdrick puts them on the bottom, which is why I was like, yeah, with the Wrathy, completely forgot that Durdrick puts them to the bottom. But we have Maxi, so like I don't really care too much.
No worries, my lord. I'll remain unseen.
Fair enough. The bottom.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
We probably don't click Durdrick again. We just play Maxi. This hand's pretty decent. I don't really want to put any of this away. The Brathens. Okay. You get another spawn. Get.
Grace will not be pleased.
Now you're kind of seeing how good these can be when you get quite a few down. Before it gets too late. This probably eats Yenver. But Yenver onto that means a Yenver, not onto Snowdrop or whatever comes off Joachim. So, yeah, I don't particularly love if Sunset Wanderers has to come out here, but they'll just get Yenvo off this, won't they? Look in your heart, you know it's true. Team, okay. Vega. That's a pretty good pull for them.
What is truth if not an illusion?
Do I enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
We'll get Yembo anyway. Alright, let's keep Sunset in hand for one more turn. And it doesn't matter about us putting stuff at to the bottom because we're going to play Maxi. And I don't really like the order of this anyway, to be honest. Squirrel's not of much use now. And if Sunset comes out, I'm kind of fine with that now. Because it wins us the round. Yeah, that's fine. With this, yoink. I really don't want to put mushy truffle at the bottom. We don't cycle through fast enough. And normally you'd hate to see a Mage Assassin in hand, wouldn't you? But this is kind of fine. I mean, we won the round. They played the leader. They played Bribery. Vigo. They've set up Power Illusionist really nicely. It's all kind of good, right? All kind of good. Like, whether we're pushing this round. Yeah, I like this. We do need to be aware they do have a Yem there. And they also have Ivar in hand. I also don't want to go to a long round. So, it's inevitable, isn't it? Absolutely inevitable doing that. What we'll probably put to the top. I mean, we need to find Snowdrop.
Kill me with poison. You'd have to drown me in it. No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Be nice. Snowdrop would be nice. Put Snowdrop on the top. I would want to find that. And I'm really not playing to like get my card back here. I'm just playing to see some stuff out. Oh, shouldn't really do that on my video, should I? Do it all the time on stream. I'm used to it. But I don't know how YouTube is about that kind of stuff. Oh well. Not secret.
I shall flog them into submission.
Okay. Playing some big stuff. We've still got 2 of our tall removals left, so I think we should be okay. Should be okay. That Joachim was a little sad. A little bit sad.
It is merely an illusion, though Grant strong and skillfully imposed.
Alright, I'll take that. Used Ivar, Lydia, Joachim. In exchange for our Joachim and a Blightmaker. Works out. I mean, sure, we go a card down, but the only things we're scared of are like Brathens and Artaud, and we have answers to both. Somewhere. I guess we don't have to worry too much, because we will almost certainly see it all. We put Squirrel at the bottom, so we're going to see... So we see these 2, we shuffle them back randomly. Then it'll be you right at the bottom, and then these anywhere in between. It's basically very likely that we see Karathi. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. It's what we're taking from them though, from their graveyard. Because we can do crossbowmen. I don't even know if it's worth it. Maybe it's just better getting mage torturers. Might be. Gotcha,
puppy.
Could do Yembo as anything. We've not given spying to anything, so unfortunately our toad isn't of much use to us. Yeah, let's take an Ivar. Let's take an Ivar. And then it's probably Ramon to Illusionist into Bushy Truffle, no drop, and then we'll probably just use Ivar as like the 4 damage, because I think any other outcome is unlikely. Because basically the only way like 4 damage isn't good is like if this gets up to like 9 in the next like 2 turns. Like right now. Okay. Works for me. Works for me. So let's grab you. Since yeah, it self triggers itself. It'll get triggered by Mushy Truffle, get triggered by the Ivar we've just taken. Didn't think about that though. Did not think about that one. Minor problem.
I simply want you to admit it.
Ivar doesn't work as well. I literally needed to Ivar that round. But it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god. I put back you. Then Karathi one time. You. Seems good. Seems good. Oh damn it. Now we've got Mage Torture and Graveyard, haven't we? This was a mistake. This was a big mistake. I should have just taken the crossbowman. Should have just taken the crossbowman. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Should have Ivar'd this actually. Since we don't really want him getting bonded. Bilg. Points. It's points. Yeah. Can't really copy it anymore.
Once I'm done with you.
I don't get triggered by the Mushy Truffle. And then we just got 8 points. I think this should be enough. Because what have they got left? Yembo. That one's the one off bribery. Got Yembo and something. Bearcart? Don't tell me they're running Arathi as well. I mean, if they are, it's kind of whatever. I don't think they've got anything that plays for 20. Top of my head. There's 2. Alright. Like I said, this is a pile, but it's a good pile. Pile that actually wins like very consistently. Very, very consistently. We'll be back on Sunday. Maybe it's Gwent, maybe it's Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll see how I'm feeling. Catch you then.